Speaking of peace and healing, it does not seem to be happening in Elon Musk's world. Ashley St. Clair, who is the woman who claims that she had a baby with Elon last year, and she finally came out with this. She said that she'd been keeping it quiet to protect the kid's privacy, but said that she finally wanted to come out with it, or needed to come out with it, because there was a reporter who was gonna do a story about this. So she broke the news herself. We have not heard from Elon Musk on this, and in fact, while the public is waiting to hear from him, Ashley St. Clair herself says she has not heard from Elon, and the term she's using is ghosted, is how she's feeling. That's what we've heard from people connected to Ashley.
So the question, is she going to go to court to A, establish paternity, and B, ask for child support?
Yeah, and what's not clear, she's made it sound like he knows already, right?
So yes, he's aware. They've been very in contact since she became pregnant and throughout her entire pregnancy. It wasn't until recent weeks where he kind of just completely stopped responding. So her intentions are literally just to make him be responsible for the child that they share. She doesn't want to start a war. She doesn't want to make an enemy out of him. She didn't even want the public to know. But at this point, she didn't have much of a choice because, like you said, the reporter basically backed her into a corner, was harassing her and her family. And she was like, if it's going to come out, I'm going to do it. And that's what she did.
Dare I say, I feel like she says that she did all of this to get ahead of the story and like to get ahead of the media, but I actually feel like she did herself a disservice. She is claiming that she was being held by a reporter and that someone was going to tell the story, but now she looks like a blabbermouth herself instead of the victim. And I actually think that these tweets that are coming out make her now look like all she really wants is money.
Well, if he is the father, he's going to have an obligation to help support the kid. So that's not just her right, it's a responsibility.
Right.
So when you go to court for child support...
What's unclear to me is whether she makes it sound at least like he's known this all along.
That's what she's...
But then why? But then is she also saying that he hasn't been supporting the child?
So it's not that he hasn't been supporting the child. I mean, he put her in a $40,000 a month apartment in New York. He's been supportive, but he just randomly decided to stop responding, and she's reached out to him.
But is he continuing to support?
Seems like it. It's just the contact is non-existent.
Well, you can't force somebody to have contact if they don't want to have it.
Right.
But you can force somebody to ante up.
Right.
Okay, we're taking a break.
All right. So if you saw the SNL 50 special, you saw Tom Hanks had a guest appearance during Black Jeopardy, where he came out playing basically a MAGA supporter. It's a character he's done before on SNL. And the part that I think really rubbed people the wrong way if you are a Trump supporter is that right there, where he was afraid to shake the hand of the black host. There, of course, online, there was a lot of reaction to this. The loudest reaction, perhaps, because of her being an alum at SNL, comes from Victoria Jackson, who has been a very vocal Trump supporter and had very simple reaction, a review of Tom's appearance. She said it was stupid. Other people online have used a lot more words, but it's the same sentiment, and that they feel like this is tone deaf because the country did elect Donald Trump, and so making fun of Trump supporters is, I guess, off limits now, they think?
It's not making fun. I mean, it is almost calling them racist. I mean, in a way that
the character definitely plays it that way.
It is calling them racist, period. I mean, how else would you interpret it?
Yeah, I mean, I get it. I get it. And
that's it's certainly that part of right there. I mean, that's no other way to read that other than
I'm afraid of black people.
Right.
I mean,
well, this is the issue. This has been the issue and the debate about Trump all along, right? That there are people who feel that he says and does racist things, and so they are immediately paint everyone who
they say if you support Donald Trump,
then you support that.
Then you support that. I mean, that's what the party line is in some parts of the Democratic Party.
Hi, I'm Lindsay from Los Angeles, and I see what you guys are saying, but Victoria Jackson was a cast member on the show for 6 years, and I feel like she knows what to expect. SNL does political parodies on both sides, Republican and Democrat, And, you know, if she's that offended by it, I don't know why she went to the show. This is something we expect from SNL. They do it pretty much every weekend. So I just think to pick apart 1 minute of the 3.5 hours that really steered away from politics just doesn't really make sense to me. So that's how I see it.
You make a compelling point.
They
You really do.
take shots on both sides.
They do indeed.
Yeah.
Okay, we're taking a break.